Hello, good morning, my Craft Around the Clock friends. Welcome on in this morning. I took an extra spot today. We had a few openings, so I took an extra spot, so I thought I would come on with you. And also, hello to my Paint Pixie friends that are joining us today because we are going to be showcasing the Paint Pixie products today. So come on in and say hello. Let's make sure I see you over here as well. There we go. Good to see everybody this morning. Y'all come in, say hello, share me out, all those great things. Miss Tracy will be putting me in Craft Around the Clock, and I always love the extra opportunity to be in Craft Around the Clock. That's where a lot of my friends are. So if you are not a member of Craft Around the Clock, the link is above, and you can go there and you can join. And if you're not following Paint Pixie's page, go ahead and give her a follow as well, because she has some wonderful products. Hey, Ruby, good to see you. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Carolyn, welcome on in. Y'all, I'm going to do a little stenciling today, and y'all seen me use this stencil. I'm using it again, but I found out a little bit of more information on it, so hopefully I'll use it correctly today. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Ruby. Good to see you. I think I said hello. Good to see you. Hey, Miss Billy. Good to see you. Welcome on in. So, we're going to do that. And this is a recycled breadboard that I have. I decided to do the other side. Now, this side has a Reba Rose print on it that I did last year. I love canning jars. So, I like to do both sides. And I set this up in my kitchen underneath the cabinets, and I like to do both sides so that you have a 2-for-1. So if you don't do that, always think about using the back. If you're not going to hang it, maybe you're just going to use it as a shelf sitter, or you're going to use it just in a place, do it where you can just flip it over, and then you've got another thing to use. So I did recycle this particular breadboard. In fact, my husband accidentally knocked I was making me some lemonade. He accidentally knocked my cup over and wet all of my breadboards. So I was able, it didn't get in the wood, thank goodness. It just messed up what was on here. So I said, let's just redo it, right? Hey, Cruz, how are you today? Good to see you. Hey, Penny. Hey, Judy. Good to see y'all. Thank you for sprinkling, Billy. So y'all, we're going to use Juicy Mango on this. Now, what I did beforehand is I used Cream Puff by Paint Pixie and put a coat of that, and then now I'm going to use Juicy Mango to do these because I'm going to make it for fall. So it's a very beautiful gold mustardy color, and this was one of the new paints last year. So I also am using a Paint Pixie stencil brush, and this is one of the big ones. Now I did get some information on using this to where I'm going to use it to the way that they intended it. So you just want to drag some off, y'all. You don't want too much. If you don't get enough, you can always go back over it. So you'd be better for you not to have a lot and have it light and go back over it. So we're just going to do it just like it is. It does have some places here that will not have paint, and it should look more like a buffalo plaid. And it's okay if you get a little bit outside. Sometimes you can always touch that up, but this ought to be a lot easier to do it like this. I'm just going to use what's in here until I kind of run light, and then I will put some more. Just easy to do, y'all. If you've never done stenciling, it's not hard. I had not done it in years, and then I wasn't sure about this particular piece. Now, I did beforehand use some Craft Pixie spray. You can get this usually from Michael's, maybe Hobby Lobby. I did end up ordering it from Michael's and then picking it up, I believe. I don't believe I got this on Amazon. I may have, but I've had 2 of them, so I may have got one from each. But this stuff works well, and it keeps it in a little hole for right now. Not a permanent hole, just a little hole. So you just want to get some of your paint off, start again, and just try to keep it within. I do love this big brush because this works fast. Hey, Penny. Hey, Donna. Hey, Amanda. Good to see you today. Hey, Kefney. Love you more. Thank y'all for joining us. So y'all will see that we do have a few changes, and we do have some different things going on Craft Around the Clock because just some people are still out of town. Some people have been sick. So we do have some schedule changes. So just hang in as we have some different changes. And y'all, you want to go all the way on here. So you want to make sure that you're getting in those other spots as well. I was trying to just do the blocks, and they said, no, you should do all of that. So I have learned from that, and so I plan to redo that cat that I did the correct way. But it still came out cute. It still came out cute. We're just going to do this quickly. And listen, if you aren't some of these ladies like Miss Lisa that can do checks or squares, then get you some stencils and do it. I'm gonna tell y'all, I just had to get a stencil because I am not good with that. If it comes up a little bit, just go back over it. So this won't take very long at all. I do like to swirl mine. Some people pounce it. Some people use a sponge. I do like using this brush. Hey, Totally Together with Brenda. Hey, Miss Tracy, good to see you. Thank you for sharing me. Y'all, if you do not know Tracy Campbell, she is the sweetest lady, and she loves all of us and has always given us opportunity to take an extra time and to be able to be here to love on you. And we appreciate every single one of you that watches us, that shares us, that gives us all those sweet notes. Let's see how it's gonna look. Oh, yeah, now that looks better. Now, I got a little thick right in here. I'm not going to worry about that. That is fine. So I would need to go a little thinner on some of these. But you know what? It's just a craft, and it'll be all right. We'll put this over here. I'll wash that as soon as I get off. They say to wash them in warm water, a little bit of Dawn, but be very easy with it. Use like a paper towel or something to wipe it off. You can get that paint off. Now, see, I got a little bit up in here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the cream puff. That's where I went over a little bit on my stencil. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that. And y'all, I've been having trouble. Sometimes these tops get a little stuck. And you have to just pour it. I'm going to get that unstuck when I get off. There's little ookies in there where the paint dries. And sometimes that happens in these kind of tops. But it's not hurt at all. Let me just grab a brush here that I already have. And I'll just touch that up a little bit. Let's just get a little bit right there, kind of cover that back up. I love this color on here. I'm gonna hold it up and show it to you in just a sec. Let me go ahead and get this where I got over just a little bit with the top of that stencil. I'm just gonna paint back over that. And I'll probably have to put a second coat. That's okay. We'll do that. We'll do that. And a little bit down here at the bottom. So sometimes with a smaller stencil, you do get over a little bit, but it's just paint, y'all, just paint. And then I'm gonna show you how pretty that is. So it is pretty. I did get a little bit too much here, but I think once we put our flowers and things on there, it's really not gonna show. So isn't that cute? That does look better than the other one, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Let's get that dried up. I love that. I love that color. Looks like fall, doesn't it? Hey, Patricia, you have one of these brushes? They are awesome. Yes, and right now they have a special with this brush. Just check out the stencils on Paint Pixie page that she has carrying some stencils. Not this one, but she has some other ones that I've used, and you can get this brush. So check that out. And also with a $75 order, that's free shipping with her. So, and then my code is in my comments, so you can find my link there. Yes, we have to all learn, don't we? Well, that's the reason that we're here, is to learn from you and for us to learn, right? Absolutely. That's right, but I love this. I love this color. Oh my goodness, it's so, so pretty. Juicy mango. Isn't that cool? It is pretty. Let's put it kind of to the side and let it dry a little bit on its own. And let's go ahead. Now, I'm going to be using a Dollar Tree piece today, and this is the little leaf that they have. Now, this piece right here, I painted over it. It was about this color, and I painted over it in the Glazed Donut because I wanted to put a stamp on here. I liked what was on there, but it kind of ran into did not look as nice as I didn't think. And I put a little paint around here. I put a little dry brush of the Glazed Donut around it just to juice it up a little bit. Here's the other one. It says welcome. It was in this gold color, and I'm definitely going to use this and paint this up too. I wasn't crazy about the color, but when I got them, they were $1.50. They said $1.25 was $1.50. I think now they're $1.75, so they've gone up. So we're going to put a little stamp on there, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I'm going to put a little stamp. So let me just take a little inexpensive brush here to dry brush. I'm just going to take my little brush here from the Dollar Tree and just put a little bit of that Glazed Donut. I'm going to take a little bit off. And see how I did around the sides. It just gives it a better look. So you can take these Dollar Tree pieces and still do a project on a budget, but you can dress them up. So I don't always like what's on them, so I just take them, dress them up a little bit, put a little dry. I also put a little paint right in here in the leaves. Hey Nellie, good to see you. And so I just do that. And then that gives it a better look. You have to say, I left the color on it. I like the color. But I don't always get these, but I had picked these up one day, found them in my stash, and I said, let's use that leaf today. Isn't that pretty? These also are cute just to use as a shelf sitter. So you could do that. The only thing is, with the way they've got this, you're going to have to lean it to where that's going to work. So just remember that your writing's going to be here. So I'm just doing a little bit of that dry brush just in places there. Kind of dress that up just a little bit. I like it better. You may not, but I kind of like it having, I think it looks more like a leaf that way. And then I think I'm going to take just a little bit of this juicy mango and just put a little bit, you know, when you see leaves, they're not all one color. They're not all one color. So I'm just going to brush just a little bit here and there of that, just to bring a little color in on our leaf. I'm going to get a little bit more. This is just a way to dress up when you get something from your dollar store, just to give it a little extra color, because you know that they're not all one color. So I just do it, just put a little bit of dry brush on it, a little bit right in here too, so it'll kind of match. These are just some little tips for you to use. Hey, Glitzy Grandma. Hey, Penelope. How are you today? Hope you're good. So y'all go follow my friends. I do not see the follow button anymore. I think they took that off. But if you see somebody that doesn't look familiar, go and check and make sure that you're following them. Write their names down and go check them after you get off. And make sure that you're following them, because I noticed when I was in an event this weekend that it did not show follow next to their name anymore. Now, I don't know if yours does, but when I updated mine, I do not see that. So y'all, I'm just adding a little bit of that. That's just going to dress it up a little bit, make it look a little bit more like it's not the Dollar Tree, right? There we go. That's right. That's right. Hey, Cindy's Create with Cindy's Creations. Y'all, I have to get used to Cindy's new name. And Cindy lost her page, and we are all trying to help her build that back. So if you were following Cindy before, go to her new page, which is Create with Cindy's Creations, and you can go and follow her again. Let's get her numbers back up so that she can go live soon again. She's able to go on her personal name, but not on her page name. So y'all please support her. We are all trying to help her get back in the swing. Cindy is very sweet, and you will love her if you have not watched her before. Okay, I'm gonna take this now. This is one of the, I'm gonna just try to just get just a little bit, y'all. Now these, I do use the block on them when I can. And sometimes I just take it. That didn't have enough ink. Hold on, I'm gonna get that little block. What I usually do, sometimes you just, these little ones like this work a little different, and sometimes you just have to kind of press the ink in there, and then hopefully it comes out well. Put it on there, and then I like to at least take my block and push it down. If it won't stick to your block, that did okay. I see a little bit of black that I will fix, but it says rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. So I will touch up the ink around it a little bit with a little bit of paint, but it came out pretty good. These are a set from Amazon. I will put those in when I get my Amazon shop figured out. It's been a challenge this time with them doing different things, but there's a whole set of them with Bible verses, and I'll put that on there so you can see. Now we're going to take this and glue it on here. Let's dry it just a little bit with that ink and that paint. Hey Chris, good to see you today. Hey Donna with Cypress Designs. Donna, I got to go back and see the end, but I love to watch Donna. She always has something cool she's doing, and I've loved all her Halloween things, and I've got to get started on more of my Halloween, but I have just loved all of her Halloween things, and she does them so fast. Go and give her a follow if you're not following Cypress Designs. Any of my friends that you see in here, go give them a follow. We are all about community and supporting each other. So I'm going to put a little hot glue on this. Trying to get that where I will not mess it up, hopefully. I'm going to put just a little bit of wood glue on it too, because hot glue sometimes does not hold, especially on a heavy piece, and it won't completely hold. So I'm going to put a little bit of wood glue on here too, just to give it a little double adhesion. And I have to use, mine is to the end, and you do have to use your finger. It's okay, it'll come off. It's washable glue, it'll be fine. Everybody goes, oh my gosh, you have to put, but you do sometimes. It doesn't want to come out, this tight bond, when it gets to the end. And I'm not about to buy a new one until I use up what I have, because it still works, right? All right, we're going to turn this where you can see the writing. I'm going to now use, and I am using Gorilla Glue, so that Gorilla Glue should hold it pretty well, I'm hoping. I'm putting some where I do not have my wood glue. You do not want to put them on top of each other. A lot of times it won't stick. It'll keep it from adhering. So you do not want that together. Okay. Now let's see if we can get this down. And I'm just going to put it right here on the corner and try to turn that to where that's straight. I'm going to hold it down a minute. Hey, Miss Mary. Hey, Elizabeth. I saw somebody saying hello to y'all, so I knew you were here. Welcome on in. Good to see you today. Hey, Cheryl. Thank you for watching. Hey, Pam. Good to see you. Yes, y'all. Somebody tried to clone my page one time, and thank goodness that was several years ago. One of my followers said, hey, did you start another page because I see something with your same name? Thank goodness they saw it. And I was able to get in contact with Facebook back then, and they got it closed down right away. And so That's a good thing. So look how cute. That is pretty just like it is, y'all. I could put a bow on there and say, there you go, right? But I think that we will go ahead and put some other things on here. So I've got some little chrysanthemums, and these are the Pixie Doh. The Pixie Doh is bendable, and it's like marshmallow cream. So if you get the package of it, let's see which drawer I've got it in. It's going to look like this, and it's going to be, when you take it out, it looks like marshmallow cream. Just like that. Make sure you seal it back. What you need to do is roll it and get your air out of it, and then seal it up. This stuff is great for molds. Now what I do is I put mine in. I don't use the cornstarch. I just put it in there. Now you can. Now if you're going to do something and you're just pressing it in, use your cornstarch and it'll get out. Otherwise, you can freeze it for 20 minutes and it will come right out of the molds. You can use any of those silicone molds with it. And I painted this one in the Candied Papaya. Isn't that a pretty color? I need to touch up just a couple of places, but I can go back and do that. That's looking good. And then the middle is the Glazed Donut. So I was trying to decide what color we want to paint this one, and I think we'll paint it in a little orange, and that is the Aperol Spritz. I think that'll be pretty. Now, these paints you can shake. Now, some paint says don't shake it. These love to be shaked, so you can shake these. I say that because there is some paint that says, please roll, do not shake. And so you just have to look at what they say for you to do. I'm going to see if I can get some of that gunk out right there. There we go. I think now we'll get some paint out of here. There we go. This is a pretty color. Let me get a white. Let's see if we can get that. I got paint. I knocked it into my green the other day and got that all over it. It's okay. It's just paint, right? All right. Put that back over there. Let's put our tight bond up. I do use tight bond quick and thick, but yes, when you get to the end, you usually have to put it on with your fingers because it gets kind of yucky. And I keep it upside down. That helps too. You're not seeing, yeah, I thought that was the case, Brenda. I've not seen it either. And I thought, well, okay, I'm already following all those people. And then I was looking at somebody and said, I don't recognize that name. I don't believe I'm following them. So yes, if you see somebody that does not look familiar, just go and check and see if you're following them, y'all, because Mr. FB has changed things again. So if you don't see somebody, check it out. Okay, let's take our, and I'm using this. This is a Joy brush, and I love these brushes. Let's just get the, oh, that's going to be pretty with that, y'all. Yeah, this will be pretty. Now, it is kind of muggy here. It's still very muggy. Like right now, you know, we don't have any air or anything on, just a fan. And my husband wants me to go somewhere when I get off. I'm like, I'm already sweaty if I was just going to. But if you feel like you have to take 10 baths a day, you know, for some reason, I'm squirting that everywhere. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm glad I saw that. Getting it all over my piece here. Let me get this off. I just getting a little wild with the paint there. Let's get that off. I didn't realize it was going everywhere. It's okay if we get a little bit on there. You know what? It'll work out. You know what? That's a good idea. We might do that later. Let's move that up that way. There we go. Now maybe we'll keep from getting it everywhere. I know it's just getting wild today, wasn't I? I was. Yeah, we have a, if you can open that, if you can open that door just a little bit, hon, I'd appreciate that. I'm not getting any air right now. Okay. So we are going to get this painted up. And I may have to get a smaller brush and get in between here too, but it's going pretty good. If you can leave it up a little bit, I appreciate that. Yeah, because it's hot, hot, hot. These are very detailed little flowers, and this was a mold from Paint Pixie with flowers on it. I think it's this one. And this is the one with all the flowers. So that's where that one came from. I'm glad my husband opened the door for me. That helps, because right now we're trying not to turn on the air if we don't have to, because it's not cool. It's not hot enough to turn it on, because it's only 70 degrees here right now. So we have all the fans on. It's getting in between these. Get all this painted up. Thank y'all for talking to each other and saying hello to each other. I love that.
Are any of these windows open?
No, but I don't open it right now.
Okay.
I'll feel the air from the other windows. I can feel it now that the door's open. Y'all, this room is one of the hottest rooms in the house because it has a window on each side. But this was the best place. This is my husband's office. So I have a little corner back here, and I have stuff everywhere, so it drives him crazy. My plan is to get it all organized in my closet over here and get that straightened out. Because he says he can't come in here and do anything because I've taken over his room. But that way we can close the door when people come over. I was going to move to the guest room, but we kind of decided just to stay in here. I've got everything set up in here. I've got the fan in here. There's no fan in that guest room right now, and so it would be even hotter in there. So this works. It's just because it's got two windows in here is the reason it stays hotter. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry, but this takes a little bit of paint for these little flowers. They are quite the soaker uppers. We'll get that done. We'll put a little bit of paint in the middle. I think they're chrysanthemums growing right now, y'all. I know we sometimes have mums in the fall, but there's also chrysanthemums. They're kind of all kin to each other, and I never know if I'm getting one or the other. I just know I have them planted around my mailbox, and they are coming up right now. And then I have some in the yard, and they're coming up right now. But then I have others that will come up again in the fall. So I just call them all mums. I don't know what's the difference, but I know they're all kin to one another. Okay, I've got that one about done. Let's get, that's why I had some painting done ahead of time, because I know y'all just don't want to sit here and see me paint. That gets a little boring. I think that one's good. We can always go back and fix it if we need to. All right, I think I'm gonna put, I'm just gonna put some cream in the middle of that one. Just a little cream. Let me get a, y'all, I'll use about 10 brushes when I'm creating. Tons of brushes. Let's just take this cream and put it in the middle here. Now, you also can put brown in the middle, just like you do a sunflower. Some of them have a little brown, some of them have cream. If you love mums and if you love chrysanthemums and the mums, y'all float me a heart. I love them. I just love when they come up. You know, you don't have much come up in the summers when things are starting to, like, all my flowers are starting to kind of die down from the heat and all that. And the sunflowers are gone. I love that the chrysanthemums or the mums come up. I just think that's so cool. And I love that. I love this time of the year. I love fall. A lot of people, Christmas is their favorite. Fall's really my favorite because I love all the colors and all the brightness. And I think at Christmas time, it's just, you got so much going on. I just love fall. I feel like it's a time. Football, all the things in the fall. I just love it. And my husband and I go to a lot of things in the fall. Like there's a lot of concerts, a lot of outdoor stuff. And so it's really our favorite. We go walking all the time, go hiking we go hiking after it cools down a little bit. There's too many snakes around here for us to go during this time of year. So when it starts cooling off a little bit, then that'll be the time that we are going hiking and enjoying that. Sometimes we'll just take a little backpack, take a little snack and stop and have that. So it's just a good time to get out and exercise. And I've got these leaves to paint up too. So I'm gonna see which one of these leaves I wanna use. These are also Pixie Doh. And I put a little bit of this color on here because I knew that they come in different colors. So we'll paint a few of those. We'll see how many of those we want. We might not want many. And then we're gonna put a bow on here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Absolutely. And then our, right. Thank you. Hey, Kim, thank you. Hey, Fatima. Yes, they're not scrolling anymore. Y'all, we just have to just keep on going on, not let it bother us. If I don't say hello or don't see you, I'll come back and say hello to as many as I can without getting put in the slammer. I found that if you do like 10 comments and get out, then come back, you don't get put in the slammer as much. But a lot of us will tell you we've all been in the slammer from too many comments. Let's put a little bit of, I think we'll definitely use this one. So let's put a little bit on there of the, little bit of this Aperol Spritz on here. Let's take a little bit of this color, a little bit of our Juicy Mango. Let's put a little bit of it in. You know your leaves are never all one color. They're different colors. I love the colors of leaves, but I hate I dislike the having to pick leaves up, and I don't like that part. Now we've got a blower, and my husband will sometimes kind of blow them, but he still has to kind of blow them in a place, and then we still have to pick them up. So you still got to do that, but at least it helps. But we had our yard completely free of leaves, and then the winter came, and for some reason we got a bunch of leaves again in the winter. So got to get all that up. I need a little bit more of the Aperol Spritz. Thank you for joining me if you're on Paint Pixie page. I appreciate that. Yes, I love Miss Josie. She is the sweetest. She is. Put a little bit more of that on there. Put a little orange on this one. I can always go back and touch them up a little bit more because I probably will come in with maybe a little bit of the chocolate souffle on them as well. Just kind of get them painted up for right now so we can get our project done. Let's put just a little bit of that. And I just use the same brush, y'all, because it's going to all blend in. I don't know if I'll use that one right now, so we'll wait on that one. Let's get a little bit of this Candied Papaya. I've got to get a large one. This is just my sample, so I'm going to order some. Let me rinse that out just a little bit. Okay, let's put a little bit more of this right in here. Add that back in. You do sometimes have to do 2 coats of your paint. And I'm just adding just a little bit of that here and there just to make it kind of blend in a little bit on our leaves. Kind of blend it in a little bit. That way it looks more like a leaf. Okay, let's put that over there. We're doing good, aren't we? All right, let's see if we can get these put on. Let's get our paint moved. And I think because I splattered that paint, I'm gonna take this and turn it over so we make sure we don't get paint on the other side of our board. Let's just be safe with that. Okay, this is what I kind of thought. Let's dry these just a little bit. I'm pretty sure these others are dry, but let's just make sure that this Aperol Spritz did dry on this one. And I think what we're gonna do, I know this one's dry. I'm just gonna kind of put these to the side here and then maybe put some leaves. It's gonna be pretty simple. But it's still gonna be cute. I'll probably add a little bit more to those leaves. Because you know, your leaves have all kinds of colors. They even have green in them. So we just don't ever know what the leaf will have. I think leaves are pretty interesting. I love that you pick up a leaf and it can be all kinds of colors. And you see God's rainbow in them. I mean, it's just a multitude of colors and they're so pretty. Even though they are a pain to have to rake up and all that, I think there's beauty in everything. So there's beauty in those. There's beauty in y'all, these pine cones, I step all over them, but there's beauty in them. We just have to know that there's beauty in everything, right? So let's maybe we'll put one of these leaves here and the other one at the bottom. We'll put a couple of those. Let's do that. So I like to put just a little bit of my, let's see, I want this. I put just a touch of I don't put a whole lot of hot glue on my molds because it will kind of make it stand up. So I usually just use tacky glue, or you can use the wood glue, either one. I'll put just a drop of hot glue on here to hold it right now. I'll put that one about right there, that one about right there, I think. Okay, let's put just a little bit of hot glue. I do have a code that you can use. You can find that in my comments, or you can find that in my link at the bottom on my page. You can find that link as well. And y'all, I'm okay if it sticks up just a little bit past it, because that's going to be more interesting and it'll be fine. And that Gorilla Glue should hold that really well. Okay, let's put a little bit on this one. And I can touch up the paint if I see some white spots. Sometimes you do after it dries. That is normal. Put a little hot glue on that one. Then we're going to make us a bow. Let's kind of try to put it right there. There we go. Kind of matched up those ends of those flowers. So that kind of fit in. Deciding where I want to put that one. I don't want to put it over here. Kind of like that one right there. Let's put it. I found that this tacky glue does pretty well. Yes, I was using the 3-in-1 and they were out of it one day, and I just grabbed the tacky glue because I've used Aleene's before, and that seemed to work fine. Works just as well. Okay, y'all, I'm going to put it this direction so it kind of fills in that little spot there. I do like that. I'm deciding if I want this one. I'm not crazy about that one just right now. I may leave that off. Deciding if I want to put a pine cone or something. I kind of like them plain. Then I thought about putting a little, so I wasn't feeling any of that right now. So we may, I'll see if y'all put something about it. Let's get our bow made at the top. I kind of just like that plain. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I like it too. I like it too. And then I'll put some more paint on that. You could put a pine cone down here. Kind of wasn't feeling it, but then I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Right now I'm not feeling it, but I might feel it in a little while. You just never know. Let's leave that to the side. We might need that again. I think I'll go ahead and put my top on. You like it? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I am going to put some wax on it, but I'm going to go ahead and get my bow made so we have plenty of time to get it done. And I bought some raffia, y'all. You know, I told you last year I wasn't a big raffia fan, and then I've learned to kind of like it. If I split it like this, I like it. I don't like the fat raffia or the thicker raffia as much, but I do like this, and so I've come to love it. All right, we've got our string in here. Let's make us a quick bow. This is a piece of material from the Dollar Tree. Now, when you use this, you are going to have to twist it because it is not the same on each side. So you just take it and twist it, just like that. Then twist it back for this side. That's all you're going to do. I'm going to trim that off, so I'm just going to leave that just like that. And then this is from Jubilee Fabric. Now, you are going to have a lot of strings on a lot of this material. And I will tell you, this one particularly, it did not tear as well as some of the others. Now, if they don't have a lot, this does have some cotton in it, but I believe it's got some other material too. So you may have to make a little bit bigger instead of trying to do it thin on some of the material. Now, this is the same on both sides. We won't have to twist it. We'll trim this off here. I'm just going to push it down right there. I think we'll just go ahead and use that. Let's just go ahead, and I'm okay with using it. You can make it shorter. It's not going to hurt it. This is a piece of material from Dollar Tree as well with a little sunflowers on it. I did coffee stain this, so you will see some grungy in here as well. They had some cute materials this year, and they must be cotton, y'all, because all of this tears really, really well. So I did not have any problem with tearing this material here from the Dollar Tree. So I believe it is cotton. Grab it while you can if they have it, because ours is already almost sold out. And the lady told me they got a pretty good amount. Here's a little piece of material. I don't even know what that is. It looks like it's just some, maybe some of that stuff you buy at Halloween or something. I don't know. It's not tobacco cloth. And then here's a piece that I have with the leaves. Put a little bit of that in there. Thank you. Thank you for sprinkling. I know Donna can knock those things out, can't she? She is. Boy, she's like, oh, she's like, she wears me out. She does. All right, and here's a piece of, this is just a piece of, this was, I believe this might have been some, remember, I don't think that's tobacco cloth. It could be though, y'all. I tell you, I don't even know. I just have things that I coffee stain and stuff like that. And I hang them, I do mine outside. I don't put mine in the oven, y'all. I tell you, it gets dry so quick, it scares me, so I don't really like to use the oven. Here's another little piece that I love. This is another one of the Dollar Tree that I got this year with the leaves. And since we have leaves on there, I think it'll be pretty. I'm gonna put that toward the top. I think I'll put that toward the top. That may be big enough on there, I think. So let's use this toward the top. I like that. It's kind of a little bit faded, and that's what I love about it. It's kind of a more faded material. So it's not as dark as some of the others. And I picked that up the other day after they had it out. They did not have it the first time that I was there, but they had it the other day. And I'm gonna trim those off. And we're just going to, don't want to put anything. Oh, I do want to put my little piece here. And I could glue it on the top, but I think I'll glue it on. I just thought about that. I think I'll glue it. Let's do that so we can tighten this, and then we'll put that on top. I love my bow dabra. I know how to do bows, but I love the bow dabra. It's so quick, so easy. And I just loop mine. I do it once under, then twice under. That gives it a good hold. I learned that from my friend Cheryl. And so I love to do that. I hope Cheryl will join us again one day. I really miss her. I miss seeing her craft and create, and y'all just continue to keep her and Mike in prayer as they have been through some health issues in the last few years and just a lot going on. They are grandparents. They got a new grandbaby, so that's exciting. They have a new grandbaby, a girl. So their son has a girl. I'm just gonna put that on top, just like that. I'm gonna trim these up. And I'm gonna trim these off. Make these and I just cut them up at an angle. That's the way I do mine. Yeah, we got a couple minutes. We're doing good. We're doing good. And the other creator is getting ready right now. So somebody asked me why we kind of overlap each other. That's so that Miss Tracy can get us on for our live. And we start a little bit early so she can get us into the different places that she needs to get us in. And that's why sometimes you have an overlap. And so that everybody can get on. So look how cute that is. Isn't that cute? Okay, let's take a little bit of our, where'd it go? I got a little bit. I'm gonna put just a little bit of our, these are my sewing scissors. Let me put them back over here, y'all. I'll get them mixed up. I'm going to take a little bit of our, that roll, but if it doesn't stick to everything. I don't know if it's still coming out. No, that battery went down on that. But this is my Sweet Annie. I'm gonna put a little bit of it. A little bit of Sweet Annie in here. Put that right there. A little piece right here. And another little piece up in here. And then I'm going to put, and my time is up, I'm gonna go ahead and put my favorite color, Autumn. I did spray it with a little bit of the Distress Oxide. This is the mustard. I did put that on there today and spray that up. And I'm just gonna put this up under my bow like this. I'm gonna put this on here, and I may have to trim it just a little bit more so it won't cover our flowers, and I'm gonna put our bow on there. I will take a picture and post on Craft Round the Clock and on my page, and I appreciate you all being here today. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of the day, and I'll see you again this week because I'm on 2 more times. We have a busy, busy week, and Fun Friday is Friday, and y'all will love, love, love our Fun Friday. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.